Yeah, it's been such a beautiful day today, and I'm on the break right now. But apparently, just preparing for the exams for the semester, and yeah, there's a lot of things to do, a lot of studies.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, I don't want to wish you good luck because we don't believe in luck in mindset. You don't need luck. You got it, okay?
Thank you so
Positive
much.
mindset.
Appreciate it.
Wow, I'm so happy to hear that. That's fantastic. And all the best with your admittance to the US one if that's what you want. Whatever you want, Gurlu. Good?
Yes,
Good.
amazing. Thank you so much. So, can I introduce you?
Yes,
Amazing. Okay.
please.
Okay. Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Friday Podcast with Guru. Today I am beyond excited to introduce a truly inspiring guest, Suzan Peltekian. She's a renewed mindset and peak performance coach, a global speaker, and the founder of Supercharge with Suzan. With a passion for helping individuals work through their limitations and step into their highest potential, she empowers people worldwide to take aligned action and creating lasting transformation in their lives. In this episode, we'll dive into the power of mindset, overcoming self-doubt, and then achieving quantum leaps in personal and professional growth. Get ready for an enlightening conversation that will leave you feeling motivated and ready to supercharge your own life. Hello, welcome to the show, Suzan. I am so happy to have you here.
Thank you so much, Gurlu, for having me. I'm so excited to be here, delighted to meet you.
Me too.
And to co-create, thank you, a massive difference for your amazing audience.
Thank you so much for you too. I am so excited to get really great insights from you today and learn about mindset for sure.
Let's do it, girl. Let's do it. And what a great podcast I have here. I was sharing with you before you hit record. I loved it. I just finished listening to a couple of your episodes. Great work you're doing. Thank you for spreading the love.
It means a lot. You made my day today.
Well, I sure hope so. Thank you. You're welcome, girl.
Okay, so can you share a bit about your journey? What inspired you to become a mindset and peak performance coach? Let's start from this.
Question. Sure. This is the only thing I've ever really wanted to do. It's not a very fancy story, but it's the story of most Gurlu. We as human beings, because of our programming and the lies we've been told, the subconscious programming, I never believed in myself like so many. So I never became until I finally made one decision. It was 5 years ago this time, right before we knew that COVID had hit, actually, before March 15th. This was in Toronto, in Canada. And I won cold turkey. I made one decision to retire from real estate, which is what I did in the city in Toronto. I was a realtor and I stopped being a realtor. And then I attracted, through what I teach, the law of attraction and manifestation, the #1 Remax real estate agency worldwide that happens to be a Canadian brand to fill up all my spots during COVID.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So that is really my story. Yes. Wow. And it's the story of so many. I'm so inspired to share it because anyone, if they believe in themselves, if I can do it, anyone can do it. And all my life, I never believed in myself. That's the short end. Yeah.
Exactly. I am also really inspired and very eager to learn about mindset because I used to watch a lot of videos on YouTube about that. So also I'm also eager to learn about law of attraction, #1. So yeah, you founded Supercharge with Suzan, right? So what is the core philosophy behind it? Let's talk about it.
The core philosophy is that I'll start. There are a few things. The main one is that you are magical beyond words and measure. And you, Gurlu, being magical doesn't take away from, if we have 100 listeners, 100,000, a million, a billion, all of the billions, the precious billions on the planet. Everyone is precious. Everyone is born in the perfect vibration. Now, because of our conditioning, we don't believe that. And it's funny, the two that I happened to listen of yours were, one was another coach, and she was talking about mindset and dancing, and I loved your passion for dance. The other was a
Sharon, I guess. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Well, like minds attract each other, and I'll talk about us being magnets. But the whole core is we're here on planet Earth for a brief moment. Even if we live to 200, it's like 1 millisecond of I love how you have that virtual background. We're not even we can't be seen. That's how small we are in the grand scheme of things. yet we are everything. We are the entirety of the universe. And I want everyone listening in to know the divinity in them, that you are God's highest form of creation. If you don't believe in God, Gus, the universe, spirit, soul, that you are it. And you have something limitless between your two ears. It's the biggest real estate. It's your limitless mind. You are basically a co-creator, and you can create hell on earth or heaven on earth, depending on how you use the law of attraction and how you use your limitless mind. So that is the core. And what Mahatma Gandhi says, he says, be the change you wish to see in the world. That first, when we know what we want, I want everyone to know that the only prerequisite to having it all, Gurlukh, is knowing what we want. That's it. Imagine if we all grew up knowing that. The only prerequisite to having it all is knowing what we want. Most people that I first meet don't know what they want. Now, there's a caveat. We don't get what we want. We get who we're being. And that is the work we get to do, to remove all of the programming, if you will, the garbage that they put on us, so that we can unleash into the fullness of who the Creator, God, truly made us to be. Does that make sense?
Yes, amazing. I think like we are just getting into the period of digitalized era where technology is being very developed day by day. So people are just, crazy about phones and doing everything on like that kind of programs. I feel like that's why they kind of can't find their ways in life, because they're very addicted to phones and they're just crazy about it. And sometimes I also feel like very addicted to my phone because of social media and stuff like that. So maybe in that case, people are just being really mad about it. But yeah, so was there any defining moment in your life that pushed you toward this path of personal development and coaching?
What a great question. So, because I've always wanted to be a coach and a speaker, I always was in personal development. So it wasn't really a defining moment. And one of your guests shared this: we're forever students. This is, there's no end to this. We're literally Michelangelo's. You are Michelangelo's David. I am Michelangelo's David. We're learning a lot of things every day, but the most important work that we get to do, Gurlukh, in my mindset coaching, is to unlearn. You already are perfection in your DNA by birth, but in your ways of being, not so much. But who am I to say anything? I'm far from it. And that's the work. It's a privilege to be a human body in this, in this vessel, to actually learn. And we're unlearning a lot of the conditioning they taught us, so that we can actually live our best lives.
That's true, exactly. So many people struggle with self-doubt and limiting beliefs. So how can someone reprogram their mindset for success?
Oh, another fantastic question. So there are different ways of looking at it. One is what we do. We study every day in my programs. So studying, and you really want to study yourself. How many of us believe that we are perfection in our DNA? How many of us believe that we are made in His image? How many of us believe that, wow, you're David, you're Michelangelo's David, all we're doing is studying about yourself, knowing who you are, not only intellectually, but in your heart of hearts. That's your subconscious mind, right? 95 to 98% of our results is coming from the subconscious, Gurlukh. But also, then you can start saying affirmations. Like, instead of saying, I don't believe in myself, catch yourself when you say that, say the opposite. But of course, saying it alone isn't enough. We need to emotionalize it. We need to feel it. That's what I mean. The subconscious mind is the body. It's the heart of hearts. It is the emotional mind. It's not the logical. It's the feminine. It's not the masculine. So we can go literally feel that I believe in myself. If I say I believe in myself, do you even believe me? No, I really am happy to be here. No, I'm happy to be here. You emotionalize. So it's the same concept. You go in front of the mirror. If you look into, this is a supercharged shifter. If you look into your eyes, that's the window to your soul. That's your subconscious. The message will hit your subconscious even deeper. So you actually go, first of all, you realize that if I don't believe in myself, that's a lie. It's a story. Everything is a story. It's all made up, Gurlukh. Let's make up what we want instead of what we don't want. You said you wanted to learn about manifestation. The most basic principle about the law of attraction is that we're all magnets. we're constantly and consistently magnetizing to us people, places, and circumstances that are in harmony with us. So if I go around, I'm not confident, I'm not happy to be here, low energy, that's the kind of people, places, and circumstances I will attract, because like attracts like. That's the basics in the law of attraction. And then if I'm energized, I'm happy, I'm enthusiastic, I'll meet a great young lady like you who's happy to be here, making a massive difference to our mankind, to our one world. And that's how it all starts. And we're all one decision away from a completely different life. So even if someone is feeling, I don't feel like this, we can just change our mood right away. We can go for a nature walk, right? We can tune into your brilliant podcast.
Exactly.
You can follow Supercharged with Suzan some on IG that makes a difference in your life, that is teaching all this stuff for free, versus following influencers, for example, that aren't making a difference. And some are. I'm not saying they all aren't, okay? So like, we need to be mindful of what we're letting in to us. And stand guard at the door of our minds, like a captain, okay?
Exactly. I agree. So you know what? I think mindset plays a very crucial role in our lives, because, for example, I experienced that in my life. Since I can be like very stressed, there's a lot of exams and a lot of studies, probably in science field, so you're gonna be probably depressed, and also with the stress. So I probably choose to go to the nature or just listen to some great mood music, which really helps to just change my mindset and change my mood at that time. It really helps me a lot. So I'm very happy. I will be very happy and very cheerful. So yeah, I think that can be a really great example for that. So you talked about aligned action a lot. So can you explain what that means and how it differs from just working hard?
Oh, I've never been asked that in that perfect way. That is perfect. Thank you. Good look, absolutely. So the core, I said earlier, you said one of the core teachings is be the change you wish to see in the world. So many of us are trying to change others. We can't change others. We can barely change ourselves. So we get to be that transformation. When people see, they're then inspired. So I teach from that, I also teach the be, do, have model. Have you heard of it?
No.
Well, I'm so excited to share this with you,
Okay.
because anyone listening to right now, look, this moment, millisecond by millisecond, they can apply for the rest of their lives. It will be transformational every millisecond that you use it.
Okay.
Try it and let me know how it goes.
Okay.
So the magical model is be, do, have, in that order. Most of us are living, and I'll explain the two bankrupt models to explain the be, do, have to answer your question. Most of us are living the bankrupt model of have, do, be. When I have the money, I'll be happy. When I have the money, I'll travel the world. When I have the money, I will hire an assistant or travel the world, or whatever. Fill in the blanks. Anything. When I have the boyfriend, I'll be happy. When I have a child, I'll be happy. When I get divorced, whatever. It is a conditional way of living that if I have something outside of me, then I will be happy.
Yeah, that's very true.
Right? Yeah. I lived there most of my life until I found this magical work, or this magical work found me, or both ways it goes, wink, wink, right? That's one. The second is the busy bee model, and social media is very much a toxic culture teaching that hustle, grind, work hard. You said, how do we not work hard? It's just do. How many hours can we work? Even if you study 24 hours a day, it will not be enough, because all you have is 24, and we all have the same 24 hours.
Yes.
But if we come from be, do, have, first be what, Suzan? Be in my power. So if I'm being stressed, then taking action, do, then the having isn't going to be very cool. And I'm not going to have a lot. Like, I'd be like, be in my beingness. I'm stressed. I'm overwhelmed. I'm not able to take decisions. Now I'm taking action. Let me study now, but I'm in this overwhelmed state. The having, it's going to be maybe bad marks for most, right? Versus be in my power. Well, wait a minute. I know Suzan just said this. She's not saying this to make me feel good. This is reality. I'm this universe's highest form of creation. It's all for me. I'm already a born genius. We're just not comparing Einstein to us. Everyone has their own genius. We're all, right? So if I chose these studies, I can do them. Now I'm speaking positively to myself. Notice. Right? Versus I can't.
Yes.
You go for a nice nature walk. It's calms us down. It calms down our nervous system, right? We get some sun, we can ground, take off our slippers and walk if it's warm where you are, right? I didn't ask you where you are at the moment, right?
Yes.
And then from there, you're calm. You can go into gratitude. That's the number one supercharged shifter that I love to teach. Being grateful, not saying, hey, I'm grateful. Really being it is feeling it in your body. You embody it. You're like, wow, I'm so grateful I get to write this exam. That means that I'm the program that I'm in, right? Now, from that beingness, you do. But it's not hustle, grind. Oh my God, let me go study 12 hours. Like when I was in university, I'm a graduate of University of Toronto in Toronto. And I never studied. I had a degree in drinking. I wasn't a good student like you are. I heard you. You're going to university. You're doing well, right? Don't do what I did, okay?
No.
I had a degree in drinking and I was very bad student. A couple of times I stayed up all night to study. That's not the way. It wasn't the smartest way, that's for sure, right? So the doing is taking inspired action, Gurlu, to answer your question. So it's be first, you align yourself to who you really are, then do. The doing won't be hustling and grinding. It will be inspired action. You'll notice the days that you're feeling good, you got some sun, you walked outside, you took care of your soul and your heart and your body. Now you can actually feel good, which is the secret of the law of attraction. It's not a secret, right? When you're feeling good, you're not being overwhelmed, you're being happy, you're being joyful. Notice be, right? From there, you take inspired action. You won't have to take hours to study. You tell your mind, hello, I'm a genius or I'm smart. I get this. And then you study, and then having it all is your divine birthright because we were born. The sun literally comes up every day for you, Gurlu. And for whoever's listening in, for us.
Yeah, absolutely. That's very fascinating. So can you talk about law of attraction? So how can people use it effectively to manifest success?
Wow, great question. So the number one is to know what you want. So Gurlu, you asked me about my story. I did from childhood want to do what I'm doing now. Of course, I didn't have the words exactly to say speaker, coach, whatnot. I knew speaker, I didn't know coach in the words, but I wanted, because of my bubbly personality, we have very similar personalities, and I have a loud voice, it travels, right? I wanted to rah-rah people, motivate them, get them excited to go take action, blah, 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 like that. And then when I learned this thing that I'm about to share, I shared some of it, I'm going to share it again. I hope everyone's taking notes. This is game-changing. I learned this from, I don't know if you've seen the movie The Secret. It was... Yes, I highly recommend it. It's on YouTube. Okay. It's about the law of attraction. And one of my mentors who passed away 3 years ago, he was in it. He was in it. And wow. Yes, Bob Proctor. And from him, I learned this, what I'm about to share. And I no longer want to rah-rah people. Yes, because of my bubbly personality, my loud voice, my energy, enthusiasm for life, for people, for transformation, I will rah-rah a little. But that one, another motivational speaker that died, his name is Zig Ziglar. He said, motivation is like bathing. You can't do it every day otherwise, right? Yeah. So this isn't about motivating. It's really getting you present to who you really are. Magical beyond words and measure. You are number one of one. There's, even if there are a million other Gurluks on the planet, you're one of one. And it took 1 in 400 for you to be born. 400 million for you, 1 in 400 million for you to be. Yeah, so it's really big numbers, right? If you can just have that, I'm getting goosebumps, right? So the first step, he said, is you must know what you want. And he said the only prerequisite to having it all, like imagine you want everything in life. The only prerequisite is to know what you want. And I tell you, more than 99% of the population who first come to see me haven't created a vision. So I would invite every precious soul listening in to Gurlu's fantastic podcast, write your vision, take pen to paper, write it down.
Yes, okay? Obviously.
Step 2, yes, in manifestation. Step number 2, we don't get what we want. We get who we're being. That's the short paragraph you're going to write about what kind of individual do you get to be to fulfill on that vision. For example, I wanted to finish university. I didn't wasn't being that student that you are. I was up late. I was sleeping ill until noon. I was only drinking. I was only partying. I was only eating. I was never studying unless a couple of times I pulled all-nighters and went and stayed up all night just to get my degree. And what fun days, you know? But these are the two most important. So hear about the second one. You hear in the toxic culture on social media a lot, fake it till you make it. There's no faking. It's called healing. The real way is to act as if. So let's say you want to become a multi-millionaire. You don't fake it till you make it and put on credit stuff that you can't afford and go buy it. But you can spend that money in your mind. You can visualize every day.
That's true.
Right? You can spend that money in your mind on the internet. Go and look at all the stuff you like. You could write down your want list every day. It could be $1 million car. It doesn't matter. You write it down, right?
Yes.
And if you don't believe it at the moment, it would be best to start with stuff you believe so that the subconscious doesn't fight you. But there's no limit to what you can ask. The universe is literally our buffet, Gurlu. And we get to ask. But first, let's get crystal clear on what is it that we want. So in the vision, write down from the time you wake up to the time you sleep, what kind of life do you want? Where do you want to wake up? With whom? What kind of contribution do you want to make to our mankind? What kind of legacy do you want to leave? What kind of worldwide travels? Do you want to travel first class, business class? You know, the more specific you are, the better it is. And you create it. You're the captain of your life. You're creating it. You're basically programming yourself instead of having the universe program you. Not the universe, excuse me. You're programming yourself instead of, the universe, the people, social media, TV, everyone else, movies, they're all programming us 24/7.
Yeah, exactly. So I agree with you because I also believe the power of writing down the dreams. And I used to do that in my childhood around like 5th grade, probably like in the middle school. So I used that kind of notebook to just write down, just doing some journaling. And then you know what? I used to told a lot of times that I'm going to have an IELTS test, which is International English Language Testing System. So IELTS test in my 9th grade, and then I'm gonna leave for the United States in 11th grade. Actually, those all came true right now. And then you know what? I went to United States in 9th grade and got my IELTS in 11th grade. It was kind of reversed.
Great work.
It's amazing. I was like, realizing that, oh my God, it is actually, that's true. And I'm still doing some manifestation. Like I used to watch a lot of videos, as I told you, on YouTube. And then they tout some kind of like a words, linking words or something that really manifests something for your own life. So I'm like actually just repeating them like every morning or every early in the morning.
This big congrats, girl. I'm so proud of you. So happy to. There's really no limit to whatever. You keep just putting your order into the universe. And then, of course, the law of attraction, the word attraction has action in it. We take aligned action. We take inspired action. Be, do, have. And then the having it all is yours. Big, big, big congrats. That's fantastic. And I love how you mentioned that you're repeating it. That's part of the Miracle Morning rituals that I teach my people as well. And in the first thing in the morning when you're half asleep, last thing at night when you're groggy and half asleep, that's when your subconscious is at its most awake. It's awake 24/7, but it's at its most awake. Therefore, it's at its most receptive. That's fantastic that you're doing it in the morning. And repetition is key, Gurlu. Up until we don't want to do it, we must do it. We don't have to do anything. We get to choose to do it because just like how we learned when we were babies or toddlers how to tie our shoes or how to ride a bike. Yeah. Now, even if you don't do it for 20 years, you come back in 20 years, you're going to remember how to ride a bike because it's just like you're dancing. It's repetition, right? True. It's no different. This is something beyond limitless that we get to practice every day. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you so much for you. So what daily habits or ritual do you recommend for someone who wants to elevate their mindset and energy?
That is fantastic. So it would be, let's give you a few. We talked about nature. Make sure you're in
Mhm.
Son, if you can take your shoes off and literally touch the ground, not inside the house, ideally like outside, that is fantastic.
Yes.
For the mind, you can meditate, really a great supercharge shifter. You can say thank you as your prayer last thing at night before you fall asleep. Thank you is the best prayer. When do we say thank you, Guru? When we receive something that we want, whether it's a compliment or a gift. So saying thank you, that is turbocharging your gratitude.
Yes.
That means you already telling the universe before you fall asleep. And remember, I said before we fall asleep, the subconscious is at its most awake, and first thing in the morning as well. So now for 8 hours, it's going to work for us. To say, wow, but how do most people fall asleep? Worried. They do 100 great things in one day. At night, they did one thing they think is bad, nothing is bad or wrong. They're like, oh my God, I can't believe I said this or I did this. So gratitude is key. First thing in the morning, you can have a morning miracle ritual. You can write in your journal. You can go into the mirror, like I said, and chant your affirmations. Not, hey, I'm happy to be here today. I'm so excited. I'm so happy that I'm alive, excited, and full of energy.
Very excited. Enthusiastic.
Yes, you must feel it. Feeling is the secret with the law of attraction. Right? Yeah. So these are just a few. So to start the day with the morning miracle ritual, to turn these off as much as possible. Make sure you unfollow a bunch of accounts and then follow the ones that are really teaching you great stuff, like how you were watching, you used to watch manifestation on YouTube. I think that's fantastic. And make sure you're standing guard at the door of your mind. You're not letting every thought come in, because we're not the thought guru. You're a limitless, beautiful soul who is behind the thought. You're not the thought. So let the thought come. If you don't like it, it comes. That means we're alive. The first thought is never our choice, but the second one is always in our choice. It's a decision also. Cool?
Yes, exactly. Yes, so thank you so much.
You're welcome. One more thing I'll add is to study. Make sure you're studying every day. You're reading all those great books. Like one that I highly recommend is Psycho-Cybernetics. I love that book. Love it.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, but also another last one I'll give, I know we're probably nearing time, is it's a free app that you can get, and I highly recommend you go to premium. I don't have any stocks in this company. Once you start getting into the habit of using it, you can upgrade to premium at the beginning, get the free version. You can record your affirmations on it and then listen to it all day.
Wow.
And remember, your affirmations need to be in the present tense. I am, not I was, not I want to be. I am.
Yeah.
Because the subconscious is the emotional mind, it's feeling, but it also only understands in the present tense. It doesn't understand past or future.
That's fantastic. Yes, exactly. Thank you so much for all the examples. I'm going to learn it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to read about it all.
Please.
I'm very excited. Yes. Okay.
Please do. It's life-changing. Yes, Gurlu.
It is. Have you ever faced a major failure or setback, and how did you overcome it? And what did you learn from that?
My goodness. Great question again. Wow, I love it. And for whoever listening in, I really invite you to reframe the word failure. We either win or we learn.
Okay.
At the time, I didn't believe so. It was a huge failure. Like, to become a real estate, it took me to succeed. It took me a very, very long time. What I learned is infinite things. What can I think of at the moment? To be consistent, to be persistent, to be faithful, to be responsible, to have faith no matter what is going on, to persevere, to work at it even if I didn't see the results, to trust myself. That means to trust the universe, because we are all one. If I don't trust myself, I don't trust others, I don't trust the universe. I learned so many things, but above all, I started scratching the surface of learning that I am really limitless, and that I am very powerful, very strong, and that if I can do it, that means you can do it. And that I get to have the privilege to share this with our one world now. Yeah.
Yes. So what advice do you have for young people who want to become leaders in their field?
My God, there's so many things I could say. The one thing I would invite you to do, not advice, coaching, since I'm here as a coach.
Okay.
I would invite you to really get curious about yourself and your limitless mind, to really get to know yourself. There's one of the other ladies mentioned this man. He's also, by the way, deceased. Jim Rohn. She mentioned he has so many.
I know.
Oh,
wow.
Oh, you know. Okay. Oh, so he says, work on your job or your business. You make a living. Work on yourself. You make a fortune. So, and she was sharing how she spent hundreds or thousands. I've invested hundreds of thousands in one calendar year just on Suzan, because this is really limitless. And you having more doesn't mean any less for anyone else. There's infinite supply. There's only abundance. Scarcity is a lie. So I would invite all the precious souls to actually get to know themselves and know that divinity is within you. You are God's highest form of creation. You are David. Let's keep chipping away all of the layers that aren't you to become who you truly are, so that you can be, do, and literally have it all.
Exactly. Thank you so much. So many people want to start a business or a brand or a passion project. So what's the best way to take a first step? What do you think?
This is exactly writing it down. Well, what do you want? How do you want to spend your days? What kind of business? Get clear.
Yeah.
Once you know what you want,
yeah.
First step after that would be to make a powerful decision to do it. Notice I said I've always known what I wanted, but I didn't believe in myself. And then right before COVID, I made one decision. Each one of us, Guluk, is literally one decision away from complete magic and miracles. But most of us don't believe that.
That's true.
Yes. You agree, eh?
Yeah, 100%. So if you could just give one piece of advice that could transform someone's life, what would it be?
Other than working on their mindset, it would be to literally to work on their mindset.
Yes.
But today, so let's say this airs today or Friday, or right? Today is Friday, let's say, and it airs. I would then definitely say right away, write your vision, and then do everything that I mentioned in this podcast. Like start creating a miracle morning ritual, start writing what you want, start focusing on that, start making sure that you're so it would be actually there. I'll give you another one other than mindset, because we apparently have anywhere from everything is linked to mindset. Thanks, Gulu. Apparently we have 60 to 70,000 thoughts a day. So we can't monitor, right? We're not going to sit here, this was right?
Yeah.
We can do it by our feelings. Joy is the key. So remember earlier I said the secret of the law of attraction is no secret. It's to feel good. So our job, look at any baby, toddlers, they're born, as I mentioned, in the perfect vibration. Well, you were the perfect vibration, baby Gulu.
Yeah.
We wouldn't complain, I have chubby legs, or I cried, now I'm laughing, so I'm a psychopath. Like, we don't label ourselves, we don't put ourselves down. And everybody finds a baby lovable because right? So for us, it's to actually find, when we're stressed out, when we're overwhelmed, when we're depressed, to know that that's a lie. It's all story. It's all made up. Now we're going to make up something real that works for us, or something that works for us is, hey, you mentioned you're when you're feeling that way, you go out to nature, you feel good.
Yeah.
Right? Because that's nature. Yes.
Yes.
But being on this 24/7 isn't our nature. This actually disconnects us from our truth. This disconnects us from nature. Then we become depressed. Why? Because my neck hurts if I'm doing this all day. Right?
Exactly.
So to answer it succinctly for our precious souls tuning in to get it, is to feel joy, feel good, have fun, be in nature, love and feel love every day.
True, exactly. Yeah, thank you so much for the insight. I learned a lot from you. So what's next for you? Any exciting projects or goals on the horizon?
Every day is a masterpiece, girl. What? That is such a cool question. Thank you. Yes, everything is like, we're on 200 podcasts in the next in the next 100 or so days, right? So yes, I have 3 tomorrow.
Oh my God!
All in one day while I'm traveling in Dubai as we speak. I'm from Toronto, but I'm in Dubai now. So we're all over. God.
You're working
Yes, but
so hard. I appreciate that a lot. So you are very more hardworking person. Oh my god, three podcasts in one day. Oh my god,
tomorrow,
you are
tomorrow.
very energized. Oh my god,
Well, but notice it doesn't feel like we're because I'm in my zone of genius. This is my joy
that's
right
true.
now. Like
It
when we
also
take
links
off.
to the mindset.
Yes, yes, but I offer a lot of free stuff. I'll do a lot of free master classes. Whoever from your precious
Mhm.
listeners ends up following me will find out about them. My awesome
Okay.
marketing team will put that up on my
Mhm.
social. But other than the free master classes that I do worldwide to teach manifestation, I do a live every Monday in my private Facebook group that you're more than welcome to join, and
Thank you so
every
much.
Friday on Instagram. So today I will be doing one at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It will be in my private Facebook group. But then I will coach my clients in Canada, US, and worldwide in a couple of hours because it's going to be their morning. It's afternoon
Oh
here.
my god,
so,
very busy
but it's
schedule.
joy.
It
Listen,
is joy.
it's
Yes,
joy.
you're doing what you love right now, and yeah, that's amazing, truly amazing. So you are very innocent. I really appreciate. I'm so proud of you. Oh, and I am so
Thank you.
honored to talk to you today, since you got a very busy schedule. That we're having a conversation right now, and I really appreciate that. Thank you so much.
So welcome and my deepest joy, and you're doing such fantastic work. I am so proud of you as well, and
Thank you
keep
so
it
much.
up, Gulu. Keep spreading the love. That's who we are. You are a walking miracle, and you are pure liquid love. Go, keep going and spreading it, girl, and enjoy it as you radiate that to our one world.
Thank you so much, Susan. I love you. So,
Love
lastly,
you.
I always ask my
Okay.
guests this. So, if you had to describe life in one word, what would it be?
Adventure.
Adventure. You are
Yeah. If I am allowed two words, it would be juiciest adventure. So in
true.
proper English. By the way, I was a teacher of English in a college in Canada before, in my naughty days, a little in between my naughty and good days. So
Wow.
I know IELTS. Yes, it would be the juiciest adventure. The,
Juiciest.
the juiciest,
Amazing.
yeah. I've
So
never been asked that. Great question. Love it.
thank you so much. Thank you so much once again. Appreciate your work, and I also appreciate the time that you're giving to us right
My
now.
joy.
Yeah, I
My
learned
joy.
a lot of insights from you.